Shalom everyone. Good day, good afternoon, good evening and good night. We are very happy to be here with you and to continue our conversations, plural, about the months of Elul, the 6 months from spring, and parallel about the 6 months from autumn, Adar. So here on the board we have the relevant text, and let us just write the names that it will be easier for us to focus. So we want to speak today about the months of Elul. As you remember, Hamelech Basadeh, the king is in the field, so we would like to speak about Elul. Elul, which is the 6 months from spring, and parallel, yes, about the months of Adar or Purim, the 6 months from fall. This is from North hemisphere perspective. 6 months from spring, and this is from fall. So Elul is the 6 months from spring, so we can mark as Vav, yes, and Adar is the 6 months from fall. When both of those months are being called in the Hebrew sources as Yarchei Kala, Yarchei Kala, the moon, the months of the bride. Let's see what is happening in those texts and why it is challenging to see those two pictures parallel. Let's first make a cycle here and see how it is reflected here. Maybe in this way this is more, let's see, looks like a tomato. Let's make a cycle here, and we can see like interesting, let's say this is spring 12, yes, and here we have in a way Adar, and here we have in a way Elul, yes, something like, there's something interesting in those two movements that I would like to open with you. About Elul, it has been said in the Hebrew sources, Hamelech Basadeh, Hamelech Basadeh. The king literally, but it's not literally, is in the field. The king is in the field, and we shall explain that, meaning is present. And about the months of Adar, and we shall read this verse from the book of Esther, something else is happening there. There's seemingly to be a sleeping or sleep. Let's see those two opposites movement. Hamelech Basadeh, the king is present, yes, against or parallel to the fact that what Haman, the minister, the astrologos of the Persian king, says about what is happening in life, those two opposite tendencies. Let's see what is happening. It's quite remarkable when we look at the text and we look into this innerly. Let's see. So you see there's a beautiful drawing here. Yes. Seemingly an old man and his beard sleeping, while here there's a fish. Yes. He's sleeping. And let's read a verse from Esther 3. Vayomer Haman. Haman is the minister of Ahasuerus, the king, the Persian king. He is the minister. Haman is his name. Yes. Vayomer Haman lamelech Ahasuerus. And Haman said to the king Ahasuerus, Yeshno am echad, mefuzar umefurad ben he'amim. There is, if we translate the text literally to English, there is. Please pay attention. The word here, Yeshno, we would translate it as there is. One second, Blue, where are you? Yeah. This is, we would translate it as there is. But this is not how Luria reads the word Yeshno. There is. Let's write the word Yeshno. Yeshno. Yod, Shin, Nun, Vav. Seemingly, there is, but not Luria. He reads it differently. He divides this word, which is composed of 4 letters, into 2 parts. Yod, Shin, Nun, Sofit, final Nun, and Vav. When Yod, Shin, Nun, Sofit means sleep or asleep. Asleep, and Vav is the Vav, or Zer Anpin, or the 6, yes, spheres, or the 6 days of creation. So, when Haman, yes, says to the king Ahasuerus, Yeshno am echad, there is one people, we would translate it as Haman, as a minister, sends a note to the king, there is one people that is separates and splits among the nations. Yes, seemingly. But not as Luria reads it. Not there is. Luria read the message from Haman, the minister, in a different way. When Yeshno, there is divided into 2 parts. Yashen, sleep or asleep, and Vav. Meaning, not there is, but the Vav, the Zer Anpin is little face, the manifestation in time. Yes, is asleep, meaning there is no presence. This is what Haman's claim according to Luria. There is no presence, or there is no manifestation. There's only, so to speak, sleeping potential. And we can act. Again, Yeshno is not just there is in English, but the presence is sleeping, like somebody's sleeping. Imagine, like children at home, the parents are sleeping or having a nap, and they go, oh, they're having a nap, they're closing their eyes, they're not moving, nobody pays attention, so we can celebrate and do many things because there's, so to speak, no one on guard, or nobody's present, or nobody's noticed, because consciousness at rest. So this is what Haman says. And let's see how this perspective of Adar, when there is seemingly no one, yes, or consciousness in rest, versus the king is in the field, as explained to us by the sages in the months of Elul. But before, let's read this beautiful text here. This is from Pri Etz Chaim, the fruit of the tree of life. And you can ask questions if you wish, friends on YouTube. We are reading from Pri Etz Chaim, the fruit of the tree of life. The gate, yes, of the head of the months of Hanukkah and Purim. Hanukkah and Purim, or Hanukkah and Purim, are considered to be holidays which are not written in a way or mentioned in the Bible. I mean, not Hanukkah, Purim is mentioned in the book of Esther. But those are considered to be holidays outside of the frame of the 5 books of Moses. So let's read and see what do they have. It is quite complex, but we can listen to it. And we start here. והנה אז בימי מרדכי. And here it is in the days of Mordechai. היה סוף זמן הדורמיתא של זר אנפין. דורמיתא in Aramaic and also in other languages, dormir is to sleep. Yes? Just to sleep. So, and it was in the days of Mordechai that it was the end of the sleeping time of Zer Anpin, of the Vav. Yes? Because Vav is a vector of 6. 6 can refer to 6 minutes, yes, to 6 seconds, to 6 days of creations, yes, or to 60 years. Yes, this is a vector. So, and here it was in the time of Mordechai, it was the end of the sleep of Zer Anpin, of the Vav, because Israel went to an exile, but for limited time, for 70 years. So, Luria noticed this and says it was the end of the sleeping of Zer Anpin, the end of the sleeping of the Vav. Vesod she'amar Haman, because Haman is not just a minister, yes, let's say historical figure, yes. The sages say that the name Haman refers to the tree of knowledge. Let's write it here. Haman is the tree of knowledge. Tree of knowledge. Because God asked Adam, Hamin ha'etz, is it from the tree that I ask you not to eat from, you have eaten? Hamin ha'etz. So it's the same, is that is like Hamin in Hebrew, is the same letters as Haman, referring to the tree of knowledge. Hamin or Haman, those are the same letters, even if we pronounce them in a different way. So, and the secret that Haman said, this is not Haman as a historical figure, this is like the speech of the tree of knowledge. And the secret that said Haman, Yeshno am echad, there is one people. Yeshno is not just there is, as we mentioned, one people which is scattered and separated. He said, according to Luria, Haman, the tree of knowledge, says this, Al Yeshno, Yeshno there is, Elohem Yeshenhu, their God is sleeping, because there is, we said yeshno is yashen plus vav, sleep, sleeping. The God is sleeping, the vav, the God is sleeping. And this is hadormita. Dormita is sleeping in Aramaic and other languages, in French. Yes. וכיוון שהוא ישן, and since he is asleep, ורוצה לחזור פנים בפנים, and he wants to return face to face, לחזור ולבנות, to return and to build the second temple. Yes? בית המקדש, this is temple, second temple, פעם שנייה. Yes. So, now there is awakening of the spirit. Yes? How can we learn about the awakening of the spirit? The time of the exile or the sleep is over, and there is awakening of the spirit, and there's a will to go and to return and to build the second temple. So this is quite interesting, because we see in a way parallel but opposites relations to the Vav. On one hand, yes, Elul, there is presence, there is, so to speak, awakening. Let's say here, Elul, Elul, there is awakening. Hamelech Basadeh, the king is in the field. The king is in the field. There is presence, so to say, so to speak. When Basadeh, this is in, Bet is in. When Sadeh is like the name Shaddai, yes, without the building here. So there is presence. There's here the center. Shaddai is 314. Yes, there is presence. Elul. And parallel, we have Adar, in which the tree of knowledge, as Haman says, their God is sleeping. So here we have the 6 months Elul, as awakening. Awakening. I hope that I wrote it well. Here the Vav is present. Presence. Yes. And here Adar, the 6 months from fall. Yes. This is an opposite tendency. Their God is sleeping. Their God is sleeping. Please pay attention. This is beautifully set. And both months, both Elul, yes, Elul and Adar, yes, both are called Yarchei Kala, the months of the right? There's a preparation. Yes, Adar is a preparation from Passover for Nisan, and Elul is a preparation for Rosh Hashanah. Yes, both of them are starting with the letter Aleph. So I hope, in a way, the message or the picture was not too complicated to conceive. I just want to repeat about the themes here. Adar and Elul are considered to be the moons of the bride, preparation for the great gates in time, Passover and Rosh Hashanah, spring and autumn, or spring and fall. Elul is the 6 months from spring. Adar is the 6 months from fall. In Elul, there is a sense of presence. HaMelech Basadeh, the King, the Infinite, is present in all of us. And in Adar, the 6 months from fall, there is a sense that there is no one there. So to speak, the Yeshno, it seems that the Vav, or the present, is sleeping or not attending. Those are parallel pictures. And with this beautiful message, I want to wish all of us a very good week and lovely life. See you soon, and we would like to hear if you have questions. Please write to us. Thank you so much, and shalom, shalom.